back with another one. No debating with Danny Myers, and I'm here with a battle rap legend. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start here.
Let's do it.
You probably won't remember this, but my first interaction with you, when I was just a fan, I wasn't even all the way in battle rap yet, and you was already just killing shit. I had inboxed you on Facebook, and I said, yo, bro, you're the only nigga that I feel like can beat Lux, bro. Your style is so crazy. I was a fan. I was a fan. You didn't even know me. He was like, okay, good looking, homeboy. Thanks. You said something like that. You responded. I was like, oh shit, JC responded to me.
Damn.
This was our first ever interaction, ever. My first everything I ever said to you was you could beat Lux.
I don't know why I feel like I've heard that before. Like
I told you this before, probably like 5 years ago.
But no, I don't remember that at all. Like at all.
That's crazy.
I try to be humble and respond. Like you say something, I'm not gonna just read it and be like, all right, appreciate you, but I'm gonna let you know I saw it and I appreciate it and shit like that. And look who it happened to be. It's insane.
That's a fact, because I was just a fan. I wasn't even like I was a fan, bro. And I say, yo, I was like, this nigga different. He could beat Lux. For you to even respond to me, I was like, oh my God, this nigga JC responded.
So I definitely remember when I first came to A-Hat.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely remember you out there.
Yep.
So that was like in my brain, that was my first introduction to you.
Yeah, but I had already introduced myself to you.
That's crazy.
Way before then, bro. You'll never. I bet if you go in your Facebook inbox and look at messages between you and I, you would see.
Just go all the way back.
Just scroll back. It'll probably be 2012.
You made me want to look. Now I get to the airport, I'm gonna just be.
And you like, yo. Yeah, but anyway, coming out of Pontiac, Michigan, man, first of all, how does it feel to be one of the leaders to like come from because Detroit has always been the big dog, and y'all was like the little cousins or in the shadow, like a Flint and a Pontiac outside of the D. For you to make a name for yourself in this culture coming from Pontiac, which a lot of MCs don't really come from, especially in a battle spectrum.
Yeah.
Now we got more MCs, obviously. We got Ill Will and who was that? Is Say So from there?
Yes.
Shout out to Fat Say So. That's my nigga.
Shout out to my dog Say So.
Who else? Mac Myron?
Yes.
You guys are like the trailblazers. Like, how does it feel to be one of those guys and you being one of the guys who paved the way for them?
I ain't gonna lie, it's amazing, bro. I think the most amazing part to me is, like, I'll tell a lot of people the story that it kind of happened overnight, like real life. Like, my first real life battle was with Mac Myron.
That's crazy.
That battle is the battle that got me the Luciano Crack battle. So that was like, it literally was overnight. So. But I think the best part about it to me is I never imagined it. Like, there was nothing in my brain that ever said, I want to battle rap or I want to be a battle rapper. I could actually remember watching Hitman vs. Young Ill.
Yeah.
Thinking, there's no way I could memorize that much material. I was thinking that. I used to listen to them rap and be like, bro, this nigga just rapped for 3 minutes nonstop, bro. There's no way I could memorize that much material. And then it's like, now we do it every fucking week. It's like,
that's crazy, right?
That's where my mind gets blown. It's like, damn, when you think about what your perception of battle rap was before you got involved to what you become in this is like, night and day is an understatement.
Right.
I never saw this, bro. Like, I never saw this. That's why I'm so humble, bro. Like, I can't take nothing for granted, because my idea of battling Mac Myron was, if it pop, who knows? But if it doesn't, who cares?
Okay,
I really never had an
first
expectation.
of all, looking at who Mac Myron is today,
my dog,
when you say that's your first battle, I remember, I think Jay Mills was like, yeah, my first battle was like Lux or some shit, or vice versa. It might have been vice versa. Like Lux's first battle was Jay Mills, and I'm sitting there like, these are like legends now today.
Yeah.
Right. So for you to start your career off with a demon,
Yes.
it's like,
Yes. And
yo,
Mac was like, if you watch me versus Mac, the reason why that battle is so classic is because he came off as the more experienced battler, where I came off as the more experienced writer. But if you look at the battle, he looked way more comfortable battling than I did. You could tell he was a fan of the culture. His call to me was, I want to do something like Smack is doing in Pontiac. So the concept of, the battle rap, the platform, the organized way that we've come to know it, he's always had that vision. So when when you watch his first battle and you see he looks seasoned completely, the boy was a student of the game for real. The man was a student of the game, but that's
well, how skilled did you have to be to be that good versus Mac Myron in your first battle?
Yeah, well,
like, how did that even happen?
I always I do what I like as far as whatever attracts me, like, when I'm listening to a rapper, that's what I like to emulate when I pick up a pen. If I like, lyricism mixed with punchlines, or I like storytelling, or I like, when I pick up the pen, I'm gonna tell my own stories.
Right.
So my idea of rap was always how clever you can be. I've always admired the storytellers and stuff like that, and that is a talent in itself. But the out-of-box thinkers were always the standouts to me, you know. And, Big L was a heavy one in my ear, where it was like, did you hear that? Like, did you hear that? He said, and then, you start to write like that. And those are, your influence, it starts to become what you start to put out into the public. Of course, you got your own spin on everything, but everybody, Mike was influenced by Dr. J.
Right.
Everyone has something that gets the gears turning.
That's a fact. And it's crazy you mentioned Big L.
Yeah.
I got Big L tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, like
I got his face on my arm.
That was one of the first rappers I ever heard, put punchlines and do what I feel like was what you would call aggressive rap. Like, a lot of people have gangster rap, but Big L could take anything he put in a freestyle and say it on a street corner. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And it would feel direct. And that attracted me. It was like, yo, this is some of the best writing I've ever heard. Then along comes, Fabulous and Cassidy and Jadakiss, and it furthered my my hunger to recreate this shit that I kept hearing from these greats. And then, of course, my first battle wasn't the first time I rapped, but I was 14, and I absolutely had a verse full of punchlines. I will say this, I wrote a 16-bar verse perfectly by mistake. I had no idea how to count bars. I had no idea how to count format. I just knew how to emulate, and I knew how it sounded when a verse started and when it ended. So I just did that, but then I ended up learning how to count bars, and I was like, damn, my first verse was a perfect 16-bar verse.
That's crazy.
But, I was just doing what I was talking about bulletproof this and all types of dumb shit that I was just hearing. But, as you grow and mature, you learn how to hone in your craft and make, that compilation of what you grew to learn or grew to love, how to make it your own. And that's literally what I walked into that first battle with, was all my favorites and me doing my version of what I thought was aggressive, combat rap, if you want to call it.
It shows in your skill set that you're influenced by like the great lyricists and the clever thinkers. So when you get like punchers like Jadakiss and
Yes,
Cassidy,
yeah.
Lloyd Banks, Big L, guys that at this time, I could see where those influences are within your own rhyme style. I don't
Yeah.
want to keep harping on the Mac Myron battle, but like how did that even get set up? Like who did you know him before this battle? Did he
So
know
I
you?
knew of Mac. Like Pontiac is really small, so and come to think of it, he had just got out the joint when he called me to do the battle. He was fresh out the joint.
So he asked you to battle.
Yeah, and he asked
How would
me
he ask you to battle if you've never battled?
because okay, so I had a viral freestyle on Facebook that had went viral in the city, and it was
That's
like
dope. That's
I
dope.
want to say like 32 bars or something like that. But I was rapping off of Lil Wayne, "Hit 'Em Up," and I had that instrumental, and I had a nasty ass 32 bar, and I was just going in my homeboy living room, and it went viral. It just went all through the city. Everybody was, this nigga snapping, and so those verses, that style is battle rap ish. It's what we do when we write 16 bars that's not directed at nothing. It fuck around be directed at everything. So it was just me putting them bars together, and then he saw that and was like, yeah, he assumed I could battle based off that. He was right. I didn't.
But
I didn't
did
I
you
could.
know that you could battle?
No. I remember I was watching Ill and Hitman thinking, there's no way I could memorize this much material. Like, there's no way I could do it. He just rapped for 3 minutes straight. That's round one. Like, that, I wasn't fathoming that at the time. So,
one round is equivalent to like one song.
one song. And I
hip-hop.
tell people that you're writing a full length chorus and 3 verses combined. Like, you're writing a full song, and then you got to do that 3 times.
That's
and
crazy.
That wasn't a thing. But I was also influenced by hearing people like Banks and Cassidy pin together verses to where they rap for like 5 minutes straight.
Right.
So I learned how to do that early, where I had 16s just stashed, and I would go to one and I'd be rapping it, and by the time I was at my last line,
you know how to start
I'd have
the next
one in the chamber, and I would go.
You can start the next verse, right?
So it was slowly but surely the confidence to actually sit down and try to memorize battle material. It just kind of grew on me, and Mac Proposal was pretty much. I think if we set it off, everybody will fuck with it. But we got an event just to, let people get their feet wet, just to see how the people will respond to it. And we threw one, and people, a couple people showed up and all like that. But then when we battled, it was jam.
Nigga, that shit looked like Rucker Park.
Yeah, boy, it was. It shocked me. I was like, what the fuck? And then Mac actually was locked up with one of my brothers. It lived right across the street from me. So when everybody got together, we like, oh yeah, this is finna be something special. I don't know what it is, but the city needs something like this. And Mac, him getting out of the joint with a dream, he turned the city upside down, man. He turned the city upside down. Built a platform that launched careers.
And that was Mike Murderers?
Mike Murderers TV,
absolutely. And Ill Will comes from that, right?
Ill Will comes from Mike Murderers. I come from Mike Murderers.
Knew this.
Mac Myron comes from Mike Murderers. And then Scheme Street started.
Shout out to Scheme Street.
Yeah, and then that's when you get
that's where Snow comes from.
That's where you get Snow, and yeah. But it's all Pontiac. And actually, Scheme Street actually really got popping when Mike Murderers was on a decline, so it wasn't really like no competition or beef or anything like that. They just, one was going when the other one wasn't. So they was the whole time Stars was just being born. I remember Snow had a homeboy that was popping too. Lynx Montana, he was popping.
Is he from Pontiac?
Pontiac, yeah.
I remember Lynx.
He battled B Magic. B Magic pulled up. And it was probably one of B Magic to this day.
To this day.
One of his best performances I've
That
ever seen.
nigga fried
That nigga B Magic went the fuck off.
And you know what? But before that, Lynx was nice. And
No,
he
very.
still was nice after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Pontiac was kicking some names out. And so it was, it turned into try to get in on the train while it's moving.
So now that after this battle, obviously your name now buzzing throughout the city as a battle rapper, right? And I'm pretty sure that it went up even more once you made it to the URL.
Yeah.
Now, were like Detroit MCs calling you out for like street battles, or was like anybody say, yo, this nigga JC from Pontiac, blah blah blah?
So Detroit was the reason. Oop, did I knock that down?
No, you good. You good.
So Detroit was actually the reason I ended up on Smack. So we did the battle in Pontiac.
Wow.
Mac Myron set it up. He hit up Calico. He had Calico come host the battle. This was Calico was still, who is that nigga was just, so he was just getting his name going and all that. But the battle dropped, and I went in Midwest Miles inbox, and I was like, man, I just felt like hearing the name Calico would, turn his head if he wasn't going to initially. When I say Calico hosted it, he'd go, oh, word, just thinking that. So I tell him, I'm like, yo, we just did a battle event in Pontiac, and Calico hosted it.
Mm-hmm.
His response was inbox it to me. So I inboxed it to him, and I'm in the parking lot of my job at like 9 in the morning the next day. And he wrote on my wall on Facebook, inbox your number, I got a battle for you.
Oh, shit.
And that ended up being on the same card with Hitman and Ars.
Wow.
Yeah, so my Midwest Miles walked me into the door.
Wow, salute to Midwest Miles,
so
man.
That's why I never Detroit is always
right.
I hold them as close as I hold the Yak. You know what I mean? If Detroit if the Yak is 1A or one, Detroit is definitely I don't separate them because Mac Myron started the platform and Midwest Miles was like, this kid is ready. And then with me being able to get in and do what I did, look what happened. I mean, everybody was able to eat off of it. So it was like, I'm not saying eat off me, but about the platform being magnetized and everybody magnified, everybody watching it and looking. Now, niggas got reasons to rap and I think everybody did. I think Mac, niggas took a little too long to give Mac his just due, but I think politics kind of failed in it where it was like too many niggas from Pontiac is getting in on the scene. Like I was going, Ill Will was going, and Mac was going, but then Snow came out of nowhere and won UFF. So it was like, oh shit. So it was not weird, but it looked like they didn't want it to look like we were oversaturated because not everybody coming from the same state, but all these motherfuckers coming from the same city.
Same city.
I was even told one of my brothers sounded too much like me. That's why he didn't get his just due. And it was Beezy. You battle Beezy. You know Beezy.
Shout out to Boss Man Bees, man. I think I had an angle about him sounding like you.
Yeah.
And in fact, not to mention, I think that's kind of what held, I believe, Anubis. Was that Anubis when they was saying they was comparing him to you?
Maybe. I think I did hear that with him too. I think I did hear the comparisons with him too. But see, I don't know.
Your style actually influenced a lot of MCs too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If first of all, I don't think me and Beezy sound anything alike. I actually love his style and completely separate than I love my style. But I rap with a bunch of niggas that I don't think any of us sound alike. But that's me. I might have that ear where I started and most of my brothers was already rapping, and they used to come to the crib from the city and be like, yo, open your backpack, what you got? pulling notebooks and notebooks, and we just swapping raps. Let me hear what you got. Let me hear what you got. So my influence when I first started rapping was my big brothers. Like all them niggas was nice. They was all fire. They was all the nicest niggas I personally knew. So I could understand where niggas think niggas sound similar, but if that's the case, you don't. Like, everyone's penalized for being influenced. You know, that really doesn't make sense to me. We got a whole wave of niggas that are influenced by the top star of the wave.
Right.
And everyone follows the, you know, whatever he got, whatever made him hot. Like, remember, it used to be the PG step, then it was the gun hands. And it was the, you know, everybody took a, you know, do you penalize them all for being influenced? Or
That's true.
I'm not saying you don't penalize them, but you know.
Oh, give me your top 5 Midwest battle rappers of all time.
Ooh.
And you can include yourself if you want.
I wouldn't. But all time I would say.
Okay, just your personal favorite. Like we're talking skill wise.
Midwest of all time.
I'm interested in seeing. I'm pretty sure your fans would like to know.
I would say Marv is in there.
Marv don't get enough, man. Don't get enough
Marv
love.
don't get enough credit.
So that's
his
love.
Longevity is ridiculous, bro.
What?
He's been
2
around
decades
longer
plus.
Than, yeah, like longer
It's
than
nothing
a lot
to
of these
talk
niggas
about.
been alive. He's been in this shit longer.
Niggas done had kids and raised kids, and Marv still in this shit.
Top 5 Midwest. I feel like, I mean, we saying lyrically, right? Or
yeah, just bars,
so bars,
or even just impact, influence.
Yeah, because that's a different story.
That's a different story,
Yeah.
but we're talking like, me personally, I'm, you know, because you're so revered as one of the best writers of all time. When we go to pens,
and then we talk about pens.
Then we
right?
talk about the pens.
Yeah, so I would say Marv would be in the top 5 Midwest. I think Ill Will would be in the top 5 Midwest.
You cannot go wrong.
Yeah. Pens, I just think you gotta put Verb in the top 5.
You got
Midwest. You just when you talk
You have
about
to.
pens, you just gotta do it.
That's a solid 3.
B Magic. B Magic is B Magic is the innovator's innovator. Like everybody has a style that they like to emulate or duplicate it. He has a untouchable style. You cannot rap like B Magic. The nigga the other day said a real nigga pull over like a
dashiki. Police tried to make
punching.
He said a police tried to make a real nigga pull over like a dashiki. That was crazy.
Like, bro, his cadence, like B Magic can write his.
I think that's one thing he's underrated at is rapping ability.
Yeah,
I know he was revered for the punches, and he was obviously still one of the best punchers of all time. And he influenced a generation of punchers. I remember when Ram Nitty first came in, it was like, yo, Nitty, you got to see B Magic. You know what I'm saying? He's the gatekeeper.
When Magic told Conceited, I got to keep the beef fresh, I got some
aluminum for you.
That setup was something moving through in the Ruger 2 and the
what?
Shit, it was like, bro.
He's like rapping to the punch.
Like that nigga can rap.
He's rapping to the punch.
And I'm guessing enough fuck ups and enough stumbles and all that will make niggas forget what you are, which is insane to me. But you know, we just watch, you know, the Paul dude beat up on Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
None of us think he should be in a ring with Mike Tyson ever, even after we saw that. We know what Mike Tyson can do to that boy.
That's a fact.
We know Mike Tyson. So it's like we can't forget who he is, bro. Like, and I can't do that. So I would have to say Marv.
Marv.
I would have to say Magic, Verb, Ill Will.
And one more slot left for the top JC's top 5 Midwest battle rappers of all time, excluding himself.
But we are talking writers. We talking the rappers. We talking the rappers. Only for because of leg work. They're just as accomplished as the other guy, and so I'm probably have to. I wanted to say Young Ill,
Yeah,
but the body of work on this other guy is maybe triple.
okay.
Right. So, and we're not talking about impact or nothing like that. We talking about I was around before some of y'all was born, and I'm still here, and I could rap with the best nigga moving. Quest. I like Quest in my top 5.
Yo, I was sitting there in my mind thinking like, yo, he said Marv.
I thought it would have felt cheesy to say Marvin and Quest, but it's really hard to separate the accolades.
Yeah, for
longevity,
sure. Decades.
Like they go hand in hand. You want to call their duo like it's
Right.
Marv and Quest, but if you take Marv away and just look at Quest or vice versa, you got juggernauts.
For sure.
You have juggernauts.
For sure.
So,
and you didn't include yourself in there, so
nah, yeah.
I respect it. But and then you got guys that you got like A Ward. You know what I'm saying? You got like I said, you mentioned Young Ill.
And see, and this is another reason why I named the people I named is because when I think all time, I think long time. You know,
right?
There's no, I think A Ward could finish his career as a top Midwest battler of all time.
Easily.
There's no way he can't. You know
Easily.
what I mean? So me not saying his name now will probably be more of, timing versus,
Yeah.
Because I could absolutely see him finishing in the top 5. He does everything. So for now, it also has a lot to do with as far as the Midwest when it comes to battle rap. You don't really know us without them in Midwest Miles. Like
there you go.
X Factor. Like they were the ones making the trips and putting their names on shit. So it was like Midwest got some heavy hitters, don't get me wrong. And they got some box office battlers and they got some incredible lyricists.
Okay.
But when it comes to, stamp on the map, you can't, it's difficult to put niggas before these niggas. Like they're the forefathers, but it's also not too many niggas before these niggas. Like these are, when you think of Midwest inception, that's who you think of.
Facts.
And that's why I got them niggas up there.
Real quick, give me two of your favorite new battle MCs. And new could be from the last 3 years to today.
Okay, so I won't say Eunice because we battled. But he's one of my favorites though.
Okay.
But I like Justice.
Oh,
I like Justice. I just got a hip to him.
Shout out to Justice.
I just got a hip to him. Like I've been new about him, but I finally thoroughly watched one of his performances, and I was like, yo, he actually really nice.
And we just was giving praises to Los Preem as well.
Yeah, bro.
Los Preem.
But I met him a few times. I be on iBattle all the time. I know what kind of demon he is. I be one of the dudes on Twitter telling niggas they got one of the deepest rosters in battle rap. Like the niggas that they got over there are monsters.
Shout out to Lex because he cultivated his own artists and never went and recruited battlers. Like this is all homegrown talent. Yep. And original styles, eclectic styles. Nobody really sounds the same.
Yeah, for real.
They're all different. I like homeschool.
Yep.
I like Giovanni. You got Nakim over there. Of
I
course,
even like the
those,
dudes I don't know. Like I'll see a random clip and be like, I've never saw this name, heard him say, and the bar be so I'm
he
like, who is
fired.
that? Like they got some niggas over
They
there.
got
Though. I'm
some
not
shit
gonna
over
lie
there,
though.
man. You know,
Salute the Lex, man. That's my dog, man.
you versus Lux, man. You know, I remember you went on the campaign with the where's Loaded Lux?
No.
Where's Lux? And
I don't. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but I'll say it again. Me battling Lux was not something that I felt like I needed to do.
okay.
It was something I knew the fans wanted me to do. I wanted it too, but I don't need validation at all.
Oh no.
From
No.
anyone, and so that's the narrative that battle sits on. Like, oh yeah, well once you get that battle, you get what battle? Like I don't need a battle. I don't need any battle. I'm
Not at this point.
I am 100,000,000% stamped. I'm done what I wanted to do. But I also realized that I don't want to be what a lot of these niggas want to be, right? Like, so I am who I am because I work hard at what I do. God made me this way. Whereas it's other niggas that say, I want to be the biggest battler. I want the spotlight when everybody owe me and all this and the attention and all that. And people kind of yearn for it. So it perplexes them to think I don't care about a Lux battle because they're over there like, what I would do for a Lux battle. I don't care. Like, if I wanted the Lux battle that bad, I wouldn't have took the Joe Schmo battle. But I like to rap. I like to perform. I like to put on a show. I like to entertain.
And niggas ain't gonna just sit around waiting.
Yeah, my career has nothing to do with Loaded Lux. And respect the Lux. Like, me and him got a good relationship. That's a good dude. But he know I feel the same way. Like, if the universe line it up, it'll happen. But I never chased the battle. I entertained the possibility. The possibility was real.
Man, you so good with these words, boy.
It was because we was all on stage talking about it, and I'm running out grabbing the mic. Where the fuck is Lux?
Yeah.
It was a good campaign, and I fucked with it, but
yeah,
I didn't even initiate it.
I want to see it still.
So, and I want to do it still, but
okay.
It's not a one of those self-sustaining desires. If it's not something that I need to complete me, I want to give the fans a show, and I want the fans to get what they have been asking for. When I made the post, it was because of the fans. I was battling all these writers, and I went on that run, and the fans was like, the only writer left is Lux. And my response was, the picture I posted with the suit, Lux. The fans want it. Either I put on a suit or you put on a hoodie. That was the post. The fans want it. It wasn't, yo, why are you running so bad? I can't believe this. You're running, like, bro. Niggas forgot when Lux had a horrible show against Arsenal. I think it was.
Yeah.
And I tweeted that it was a bad showing. He tweeted me and was like, I'll kill you. But it's because I respect your mind. So Lux even told, he's looking for the ripe moment where he can maximize the situation. My drive is just the pin. So
that's a bar, nigga. Yeah. My drive is just the pin.
I really don't care. And I know Lux a warrior. He like to write and, he do what we do, but the things have to be aligned for him to step outside.
Right.
We live out here. Like, this not,
We about to, okay, look, we about to get out of here. Last question. Give me one battle you're most proud of in your career and one battle you wish you could do over.
Most proud of?
Yeah, you're most proud.
That's tough.
I know, right? You got so many classic. I remember you versus Rum Nitty on the Summer Madness.
Maybe that. Maybe me and Rum. Because the build up to that battle was good. The battle was good. It was on Summer Madness. It was his birthday. Maybe me and Rum was probably my most proud.
Okay, one battle you could do over.
But I would, if I could do any. Now, first I had a list. I had a do-over list.
That nigga said,
You know,
I had a do-over list.
no lie, because everybody knows what happened with me and Arsenal with the money in that situation in London, and why that battle never got completed. I felt like I was robbed of the Tay-Rock battle because of that battle league in Minnesota and that shit not going right. And I reused some of that round.
Right.
And them niggas went on that tirade. Oh my God. I'm like, yo. So the fans was like, oh, JC recycle. You know, battle over. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. So I kind of feel like I was robbed out of that battle. And I kind of wanted that back. Didn't really care, but I wanted it back. But Surf.
The Surf battle.
Surf. And only because that battle, Free Surf. Everybody
Free
know,
Surf.
That's my dog. Everybody know. Like,
Free
I fuck
Surf.
with that nigga personally. Like, that's my dog. But I made the error in that battle. And that's why that's something I would want to get back. Everything else is, like I said, I had a do-over list, circumstantial. Like, that battle happened. They didn't have my money. I didn't want to rap.
Right.
This battle, they called me out for recycling. They didn't want to give me the round. Okay, fine. So all this shit happening. But that battle,
The Surf
was
battle.
my mistake. That battle, I walked in there not JC as far as my approach.
Yo, I seen it from just even with the Amiri sweater.
Right. But the weird thing is, that was all that morning. But my material was, I thought the fans was they were. Thing is, they don't fucking know what they want. And I learned that. The fans were asking for more personal angle approach. And I'm like, oh yeah, be direct. We want to hear some angles from you. We want to hear you break down and da-da-da. I'm like, all right. And so when I got the Surf battle, I literally thought this is gonna be the perfect time to do it. They want to see something. They want to see something that they haven't seen from me before. I'ma break this nigga down. But like I said, it was just the wrong approach. Well, not the wrong approach. It was the wrong time. You know, there's a time and place for everything.
Right.
That just wasn't the time for it.
It wasn't meant for you not that night.
If I'm an experiment in any kind of way, you don't do it on the field. You know what I mean? You know.
Don't do
but
it.
I didn't feel like I was experimenting either though. I felt like I was doing what, you know, I'm capable of it. So I'm like, oh, I could do that. But you also got to know that when somebody hire you and you're established, they're hiring you. You know what I mean? Like,
for what they know.
They want you to come do you.
Do what you do.
And like I said, that's new niggas. You know, like, don't fall that. Don't fall that. To
Get
hurt
these
yourself,
gems
you know
from
what I mean?
JC, y'all.
Don't fall that. To hurt
This is
yourself.
JC talking.
Do what made you who you are.
Fire.
You can always get better. You can always improve. You can always reinvent.
True.
But do what made you you.
Oh my God! Listen, man.
It'll never work better for anybody else.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
what
man.
a fucking insightful interview, man. This is no debating with
Shout
Danny
out to
Myers.
the bar God, man.
EFB shit.
EFB to the end.
EFB
man. Yes,
shit. I've been
sir.
rocking with this man for over a decade.
Yes, sir.
Ever since our crazy battle, our
Yes,
crazy classic.
sir.
You know what I'm saying?
One for that. And
So-
I had a crazy one with everybody on the team. Me and Av had a crazy one.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
and you had a crazy one. Me and Gotti had a crazy one. Me and Rum had a crazy
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
We all rocking out. We all rocking. Hold on.
Yikes! Sign me out. No debating.
Yeah.
So you know who my girl is, huh? All you niggas ain't talking about, y'all know who my chick is, man. She's crazy, man. she need is me. It's money, is my ring. I'm married to the streets. Brown paper bag, a product of our seed. She sit me in a jag, she swallow all my grief. Them niggas say she bad, but partner, I'm a king. See, she my bottom bitch, she follow from beneath. Her mama's son Ruger, he holler when he speak. See, he my in-law, so he on top of all of the beef. And everything's perfect as far as